Hey guys, it's Sheldon here with another review, and we're taking a look at the ACDC, or SEDC, whatever you want to call it, Super Action Statue from Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. Alright, so it is spelled this way, but I'm pretty sure it's named after the band ACDC. Anyway, enough of that. Let's take a look at the box though. Here he is in some poses. Gonna take a look at his accessories right here. Alternate head. Got some side art here. And the box window. Okay, and speaking of accessories, he comes with these two fist hands out of the box. He also comes with these two relaxed hands right here. One for the right, one for the left. He comes with more relaxed hands. And it is kind of weird, but the right hand has the straight fingers and the left hand has the bent fingers. And I thought it was a defect, but I checked the box and it is supposed to come this way. So it's not symmetrical. So yeah, he essentially comes with two of these left relaxed hands for some reason. I don't know, I don't think there's like too big a difference, and I don't know why, but he does. Okay, he also comes with these really, really cool hands right here that have these blood vessels or veins coming out the fingertips. And so his power, according to the character, is that he can control his veins and then they spray out like boiling blood. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty nasty looking too. And on the right hand, actually, there's like a tear in the wrist, or not the wrist, but the palm. You can see the musculature. If I can get that focus. Yeah, so pretty gross, pretty cruel. Okay, he also comes with this brain right here. Pretty crazy. You can look at the brain fold sculpted. All the veininess, so pretty cool. According to the story, it's actually his brain. He got destroyed, but his brain remained. And so it's kind of like a parasite. So you can like peg it onto the back of any figure in this line and kind of have them kind of creeping up on them. So pretty cool. And then last but not least, we have his alternate head, which is just him in a monstrous mode right here. Let me see if I can zoom in on here and get some focus. Yeah, here we go. Pretty crazy. He's got like string attached to his mouth and things like that. That's why he looks all messed up. But look at that, the top of the head here. It looks like he's got like a spinal cord leading up to the horn. He's got like the vertebrae, like these mini ribs. So pretty crazy, a little bizarre. You can see too, he's got these fangs and the teeth. Pretty well done. All right, so let's take a look at the figure itself. Let's do a really quick size measurement for you guys. So he stands to the top of his head, roughly 6.5, probably even more, like 6, like almost 7 inches here. And putting him next to Figma Link, who's about 5.5 inches, you can see that he's pretty massive. He only goes up to about his chest. All right, so he's a little large, on the large side, even when compared to other figures from the Super Action Statue line. Let's see, overall impressions though, things that pop out right away, of course. Character design, kind of how vibrant the oranges are and the purple. It just looks like such an interesting figure, just looking at it. It's got a lot of shelf appeal. A lot of detail too. Got these nails in his shoulder pads. Got like this corset that's just attached to him. Hella randomly. He's got like suspenders. It's weird, right? He's got these patches here. It's like sewn onto him. But painted and sculpted very well. You can kind of see the musculature right here. The nice shading from light to dark in his back. So the skin tones are spot on. Very, very nice. Shading all throughout too. Yeah, you can see his calf muscles too. And a lot of detail on the face as well. And you got this, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but he's got this nice X painted on his face. His nose ring, earring, even the lines on his hat are very well done, very clean. Okay, let's take a look at the articulation. So the head is on a ball peg right here, and the neck, well, I would say that's the neck. Oh yeah, at the base of the neck is a ball peg. And then the head itself is on one of these ball hinges And then combined, pretty good range of motion. The shoulder pads here are sculpted and they don't move, so they do get in the way. But I mean, it still goes out perfectly fine right here. The shoulder itself is on a hinge. It doesn't look that good that you can see this peg, but it's okay. I can live with it. But yeah, it goes out fine. It does get in the way when you try to make it go all the way up. So that is a bummer. There is a butterfly joint here. It's a pretty decent amount forward, a lot going back. And the biceps here are pretty big, so it does get in the way if you want to make him cross his body. Okay, speaking of bicep, we got a bicep swivel right here. Elbows are double jointed, so we got greater than 90 degrees. Peg into the bicep, peg into the forearm, so you can swivel at the elbow itself right here. And even at the forearm, but I'm not going to do it because the elbow pad does get in the way a little bit. The wrist articulation is a ball disc, pretty standard for a lot of import figures here. And the wrist sculpt itself is pretty simple, so it actually doesn't get in the way, which sometimes can happen. Yeah, pretty far. Pretty good. Okay, for the abs right here, we've got, I believe it's a ball peg and a ball peg. So rotation is pretty easy, pretty decent side to side, really good. But not that much going forward or back. Yeah, when you combine them, that's really it. This is the waist and the abs together. But rotation, it's about that much. Not that much thanks to the sculpt. Okay, so that is a definite weakness here. And if you do all the way back, it's not that much gapping unless you really try for it. For the hips, and this is something very strange. I don't know if this is a defect. And I was a little afraid that it might be a knockoff, but it's painted so well, so I don't know. But it is confusing, but check it. This leg goes all the way out just fine. This leg has a different range of motion here. On top of that, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this thigh is longer than this thigh. And so actually the feet are uneven. So if I put it down, can't see the feet, but this is with his feet flat. Let me see, let me pull out here. Yeah, so not completely straight. So very weird. I don't know what that is. This was also one of the first figures I bought, so it is a little bit older, so maybe QC wasn't so great back then, but it is something to look out for. But other than that, though, articulation still works. But again, this leg goes out to the side, going to the front, it's pretty good, pretty far, and then going back, pretty far. It is just on a simple ball peg, though. We also have a thigh swivel right here. This piece is soft plastic, but a little stiff, so it can move out of the way. Double jointed knees, greater than 90 degrees, swivel at the knee itself too, right here. So pretty good. I do like how the knee pads hide the joint as well. It just so happens that this character has a knee pad. It is kind of ugly though that you can see the peg like this, I gotta say. But it does the job. When you look at it like that, it's not that great though. Anyway, let's get to the ankle. So simple sculpt for the ankle. The ball peg's really obvious though, but it does give you a lot of range of motion right here. Back down, back up, and then you get an ankle rocker if you just kind of pivot it like that. Okay, cool. And I gotta say, I really dig these sandals, by the way. They just look so ridiculous. Pretty nice. Okay, so overall, I would say it's a pretty solid figure. It's a little old though, but if you can get your hands for it and you're willing to pay a little extra because it is out of circulation now, I would say it's definitely worth a pickup, especially if you're a Jojo fan. This figure, despite its flaws, is pretty solid. I gotta say, when you hold it in person, it's a lot more impressive than seeing it on screen. That's what my general impression was. The limbs itself are a bit long, but it does help in that it's kind of like a supernatural character and it's supposed to be a little unsettling. Okay, but overall, I do recommend it if you're a fan. And if you're not a fan and you're thinking about getting into this line, I'd still say it's a good pickup. It's good in terms of like sculpt, paint, and articulation. It's just very, very solid. All right. Well, that does about that that about does it for my review, though. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I will slowly make my way through my collection, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I'm gonna put this guy in a couple of poses at the end here. So yeah, thanks for watching.